So Josh Berry will be going to Wood Brothers Racing. But before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to my boy Lonnie and his boy Jose, who I saw again at the Mark Sasso softball event in Hawthorne, New Jersey. I also met Bobby from Saratoga, who was a caller on the show with Dave Rothenberg and Rick DePage show DNR on ESPN New York. So that was pretty cool there as well. Shout out to Don LaGreca, who I saw again also. And I finally met his brother Dave as well. So that was pretty cool there as well there. And shout out to Anthony Pusick of the Michael K Show also. And RJ Santillo as well from DNR, who I also met also. So let's get into it with Barry joining Wood Brothers Racing in 2025, as he'll be taking over the 21 board with Stewart-Haas Racing closing at the end of the year. The announcement was made back in July at the Ford Technical Center. Barry will be with the Wood Brothers on a multi-year contract, as he'll be replacing Harrison Burton in that car. Barry took over the Ford car this year at Stewart-Haas Racing after Kevin Harvick retired last year. Barry, as of the Olympic break, has gotten 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s in 22 races and has also led 78 laps. He got 2 third-place finishes at New Hampshire in June and Darlington in May. He also finished 7th at Iowa in June, where he led 32 laps. Barry finished 10th in the Coca-Cola 600 also in May. He also had incredible runs last year in 2023, while substituting for Chase Elliott in the 9 car and Alex Bowman in the 48 car at Hendrick Motorsports, while both drivers were out with injuries, which impressed Wood Brothers Racing president John Wood also. Here's Wood's thoughts and more. He ran arguably as good or better in that short time in the 2 Hendrick cars that he has now as a rookie with never even sitting in a next-gen car, Wood said. And that was a completely different manufacturer, a completely different team, a completely different crew chief. So you can't really say it was one crew chief that made that difference. Here's Barry giving his thoughts on joining the Wood Brothers legacy in NASCAR and more. It's an honor and a privilege to be a small part on carrying that legacy, Barry said. Wood also said that adding Barry was a, quote, significant milestone for our team. Here's more from Wood. Josh brings a wealth of talent and determination, evident through his success in every level of competition, from grassroots NASCAR to present day, Wood said. Here's more from Barry on the fit with the Wood Brothers and more. This really feels like a great fit for me, Barry said. I feel like I fit their brand and who they are and how I got here, how they got here. I feel like this is a great fit. I really enjoyed our relationship with Ford, and to continue that on was something that's important to me, and I appreciate and I'm thankful to have that opportunity. And it really just means a lot to drive an iconic car like the 21. With Barry joining the Wood Brothers, they have an alliance with Team Penske, which has 2-time Cup champion Joey Logano, defending champion Ryan Blaney, and 2022 Daytona 500 winner Austin Cindric to lean on for information. Barry was excited as he was looking at what rides were available in the Cup Series. Barry also had more to say on joining the Wood Brothers. I have a great opportunity to come in here and help be a part of them getting back to running where they want to run and where they expect to run, Barry said. And I have the same expectations. I feel like that between everyone here at the Wood Brothers, between the affiliation with Team Penske and Ford, I think we have the pieces in place to be competitive. And I think where I am with the next-gen car, I think we'll be able to hit the ground running. This was a move I would not have expected to have talked about when I did my Josh Berry video last year, when I talked about how it was unexpected that he was going to Stewart-Haas Racing since he had always been driving for Chevrolet before that. And check out that video, which I'll leave in the description. It did really well, 2.3K views. So that was a pretty awesome video to do there as well. I'll leave that in the description. Highly recommend it. Yeah, and I also talked about in my Stewart-Haas Racing video, closing down video, how that video, I mentioned it was studying at SAT, which I'll leave that in the description as well. And I mentioned Barry in that video about the announcement of him going to Wood Brothers initially, before I did this video here. And what I mentioned in that video as well, like, I didn't think it would be a one-year partnership, especially since I also mentioned the unexpected video there as well. And I still agree with that because of the fact that he was like in a great situation with Stewart-Haas Racing, having teammates with Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece and Noah Gragson, and all of them have been looking for rides, especially Briscoe now going to Joe Gibbs Racing and Gregson going to Front Row Motorsports, but Preece still doesn't have a Cup ride yet, but definitely it was just like hard to believe, especially he was in a great situation there, but it was just unfortunate with the situation that they ended up shutting down and all that with Stewart-Haas Racing. But I also mentioned in that video in the Stewart-Haas video as well that at least Barry was still reported and all that, so definitely that's a good thing there, especially and joining a very historic team with the Wood Brothers, especially having a lot of history being in NASCAR since 1950, having a lot of success there, especially there in the Cup Series and all that, especially they're trying to still win their 100th race as well, which they hadn't done since 2017 when Ryan Blaney won at Pocono, which was the first career win for Blaney. So definitely it's just a long time coming for like Wood Brothers as they're still looking for that 100 win, since Blaney was the one that gave them their 99th I think Barry could do it, especially having the tools with the affiliation with Team Penske. Definitely will have a chance to be able to do some damage, especially hopefully to be able to do it on the super speedways and all that. So at least he'll still be aboard, like I said, and still like that's a good thing there. So since he's familiar with the manufacturer now, so he doesn't have to make any major changes there as well with Ford. So definitely good move for Barry in the situation that happened like that, but definitely there's a better situation he could be, especially since he's going to stay in the Cup Series and he doesn't have to go back to the Xfinity Series, especially once he's in the Cup Series. Like any driver getting there, you want to be able to stick around there. So that's good for Barry there, especially. So I definitely think it's a good move for him, especially. He'll be able to get the best out of that 21 car, especially. Hopefully he'll be able to get it back to victory lane, especially there, especially would be nice because of the fact that they're due for one, especially. So a team like that, they deserve it, especially with all the history they had in the sport, like I said, especially with Leatherwood and Glenwood and all that. So definitely pretty cool stuff there. Hopefully like for Barry to take advantage of it. So good luck to Barry at the Wood Brothers. So it'll be interesting to see how he does there also. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.